West Midlands Fire Service want to trial technology that would allow 999 callers to send them video from the scene of a fire. Around 65% of emergency calls are now made by mobile phone, and many of those are smartphones with built-in cameras. Well, our science correspondent David Gregory Kumar is here now. What's the thinking behind this then, David?
Well, Nick, a year ago we saw the biggest fire in the Midlands at a Smethwick recycling plant, and all the emergency services were praised for their reaction to this event. But to be honest, the first 999 calls didn't really capture the sheer scale of the fire itself, as you're about to hear. So could live video sent from the smartphones of people at the scene have been more useful when deciding the level of that vital early emergency response?
Fire Service, can I help you?
You have just 90 seconds to decide what to do in response to this real 999 emergency call. Listening to it, how many fire engines would you send?
Fire on the plastic store. Very quick, please.
Is the fire inside the property?
No, it's outside this base. Very quick, please, because it's more. Now,
Yeah.
That was the first 999 call of hundreds made about this fire. 100,000 tonnes of blazing plastic in Smethwick just over a year ago. The emergency services were praised for their response to this fire, but if they'd had access to live video from the scene, as well as the 999 calls themselves, well, they might have made some very different decisions about the scale of the response from the very start.
What we're saying is essentially, more often than not, we're going in blind. That is what every emergency service around the entire globe work on. This is what we have to face every day.
But at this briefing, for the first time, we're seeing a new way to supercharge the traditional 999 call. Just click on a link sent out by the fire service in a text, and your phone starts streaming live footage straight back to the emergency services.
To something like this, we can see straight away that this is a serious incident and it's developing rapidly. It's got the potential to escalate and impact on the communities. That means we need to get the right resources there as quickly as possible. We can target the response and mobilise in a smarter way, potentially, with this.
Now, technically, you could get a system like this up and running fairly rapidly, but there are a lot of issues that need to be looked at before that can happen.
But if these problems can be solved, and if the public response is favourable, well, we could see a trial of this technology before the end of the year.
And you mentioned possible problems with the idea. Well, what are the worries?
Well, yeah, there are, as I said, lots of issues this does throw up, Nick. This is the control room at West Midlands Fire Service in Birmingham, and these are the people who deal with emergency calls and who will be in charge of the live video stream. Now, what would be the impact on these operators of seeing video from the scene of an emergency, confronting them with upsetting images usually only seen by firefighters? And then there's the wider question of privacy. How comfortable are you with the idea that any mobile phone could actually be sending back live video to the emergency services, including the police? That's why ahead of any trial, the Fire Service would like to hear from you. And if you go to my blog at bbc.co.uk/David Gregory Kumar, you can read more about this technology and also how you can contribute to the debate. Nick.
David, thank you. Scores of